उसमें भी था क्या, मैंने लेटर बोला था क्या? Then I'll mark there also. I'll do that later. मेरे को बाद में याद करो. Just give the heading, huh? That's it. Audit of different types of entities done. Okay, then see. Okay. In your audit of different types of entities, this is what is the scope of the chapter. As you can see, the scope of the chapter is big, but trust me, it is not difficult at all. Okay, we'll just take an overview of the scope, then we will nothing but just start directly. Have a look. First is audit of a government company. You already know auditor of a government company is appointed by whom. We have done that in company audit. Can I say 1396715? I hope realize first auditor, subsequent auditor, non-government, government, non-government, government. So there, correct, CAG. And I had told you also, I will tell you more about the CAG when I do chapter number 13 later. That later is too late, but it has eventually come. Better late than never though. So audit of a government company. Next, elements of government audit. What is the difference between the first two? The difference between the first two is this is a company which is owned by the government. This is government itself. That's the difference. So ultimately there you are auditing the government only. When I say government, obviously you already know central government, state government. So there you are auditing the government, whether the government is functioning properly or not. Thereafter, the CAG provisions, the duties of the CAG. I told you, I'll tell you about the CAG later. It has come. Thereafter, special points for audit in a partnership firm. Thereafter, educational institutions, audit of hotels, audit of cinema halls, audit of hospitals, audit of NGOs. What we are going to do is we are going to combine these five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we are going to do this as a 5-in-1 question where we will discuss it separately, but we'll write it together. How to write all that I'll tell you later. Thereafter, audit of cooperative society and multi-state cooperative society. Thereafter, hire purchase and leasing audit, and lastly, audit of LLP. So these are what basically we people have to do. One more small question was there, extra question. I'll just write it down. Objectives of local bodies. You know local bodies? For a simple example, in Mumbai, there is something like DMC, the one who do now all the roads, construction, cleanliness, etc. Exactly. Every basically, I hope right, state and city have that. Like GCC in Chennai. What is there in Hyderabad? GHMC. Whatever. So ultimately, that local body. So what is their objective? That we have to study. So this is what is the scope of the chapter. All cool? All cool. First is what? Audit of a government company. Now come on, use common sense. When I say audit of a government company, can I say government company will also maintain the financial statements? This financial statements also will have to be audited, and therefore you will have to have an auditor. Can you tell me what will be the qualification? Same. Can I say he has to be a chartered accountant? Obviously, can I say practicing? Either an individual or can I say a firm? Firm when majority of the partners are practicing CS. Agreed? Okay. Qualification, same. Doubt. Who will appoint this auditor? Correct. CAG. So can I say CAG of India? What is CAG? Full form? Comptroller and Auditor General. CAG of India will appoint the auditor who will then audit which company? Government company. And this auditor, he has to be nothing but a practicing CA or a firm of practicing CAs. All cool? All cool. Acha, this I have told? No. This is basically nothing but I hope I told by the Companies Act 2013 that the auditor of a government company will be appointed by the CAG of India. Now, who is appointing whom? CAG is appointing, correct, the auditor. Can I say this auditor will be then known as statutory auditor? Acha, supposing say I am Mr. R. I am a chartered accountant. Am I qualified? Okay. Say you are the CAG. I am giving you a top post after all. Acha. Now ultimately, can I say you? say appoint me as the auditor of the government company, then can I say I'm the statutory auditor? Acha, can I say you are the CAG who appointed the statutory auditor? Now use common sense. At the end of an audit, I will have to give a report. Who will I submit the report to? You. So ultimately, it is the duty of whom? Statutory auditor to submit the report of the government company and submit it to the CAG. Why? Because it is actually the duty of the CAG to compile such reports, which I will tell you later when I do duties of the CAG, which come here. But as of now, understand, if I am the statutory auditor, I will have to give the report to whom? CAG. Acha, not only that. Who has appointed whom? CAG has appointed the statutory auditor. Can you tell me who is the higher authority here? I or you? You, correct. Since you are the higher authority, you can direct and supervise the statutory auditor as to how to carry the audit of a government company. It means who will direct? CAG. So CAG will direct me how to carry out the government audit. CAG will supervise me whether I'm doing the audit properly or not. So can I say direct and supervise? Who is doing to whom? Correct. CAG to the statutory auditor. Not only that, I will submit the report to you. Now, when I give the report to you, say you are not that very happy with the report. You are like, I think you have missed out something. Then ultimately in that scenario, if the CAG is not that satisfied with the report, CAG within 60 days, how many days? 60 days of receiving the report, CAG can carry out a supplementary audit. Which audit? Supplementary audit. Say, it is just a fancy name. There's nothing great about it here. What do you mean by supplementary? Additional. Just like in examination, we never take supplement. Correct. But ultimately, you already know what is supplement. Correct. So ultimately, can I say supplementary is additional audit? Who is doing additional audit? CAG. Why is he doing? Because ultimately, he is not that satisfied with the report of the statutory auditor. Now, this supplementary audit either will be carried out by the CAG himself, or CAG can even authorize a certain other person to do this audit, some third party. So ultimately, can CAG tell anybody else to do? Yes. Now, if anybody else or CAG, they do supplementary audit, then can I say all the employees and the officers of the government company will give the necessary information and explanation to the CAG or to the authorized person. All cool? All cool. Acha, not only that, when I give nothing but the report, who is giving report? Statutory auditor gave the report to the CAG, no? Ultimately, the CAG can conduct a supplementary audit. And what he can also do is, he can give his comments. He can give his comments on my report. And if at all he has done supplementary audit, he can give comments on the supplementary report as well. You understood entirely? Wait, tell me. Firstly, who appoints the auditor? CAG. Acha. So CAG will appoint the person as an auditor. Acha. Thereafter, that person has to be chartered accountant. That is, qualification is the same. Okay. Then who will direct and supervise? CAG. So CAG will direct and supervise the statutory auditor. Okay. Thereafter, whose duty to submit the report to whom? Correct. It is the statutory auditor's duty to submit the report to the CAG. Acha. Is it necessary CAG always will be satisfied? No. Acha. Can he be unsatisfied? Yes. What if he is unsatisfied? Correct. Then he will carry out an additional or a supplementary audit. Within how many days? 60 days. Is it necessary he'll carry out himself? No. Can you authorize anybody? Yes. Then will that government company officials have to give information? Yes. Acha. Secondly, can he give comments on such reports? Yes. He can give comments on the original report also, and he can give comments on the supplementary report also. All cool? All cool. See, everything as usual I have ready for you, obviously. See, what is audit of government company? What are the powers of the CAG? As per section 143(5) of the Companies Act, the auditor of a government company shall be appointed by the CAG of India as per section 139. This 139 we have seen there, no? 6715. First auditor, then within 60 days. Subsequent auditor, then within 180 days from the commencement of the financial year. But whose power to do it? Whose duty to do it? CAG. That is given under 143(5). That CAG has to appoint. Okay. Thereafter, also the CAG has the power to issue instructions and directions. So who is giving instructions? CAG. Who is giving directions? CAG. To whom? To the auditor. Which auditor? Statutory auditor. Correct. Thereafter, see, it is then the duty of the auditor so appointed to submit the audit report to the CAG, who deals with it as he thinks necessary. As per section 143(6), then it is the CAG can within how many days? 60 days. Conduct a supplementary audit. What is supplementary? Additional. Either himself or authorized person, and comment on the supplementary such audit report. This comment and supplement shall be sent by the company to its members or every person. Obviously, at the end, it has to go to the members of the company. All cool? All cool. Come on, finish it. All yours. You want to write the scope? Oh, as such, not required. But if you, to be that honest, not required. Everything will come, but whatever. But at least minimalistic where I want to reach now. Minimalistic is your special points of audit in a partnership form. If at least I am lucky enough, then at least I can discuss this 5 in 1, if not make you write. Yeah, yeah. Some are asking, sir, what if CAG is not satisfied with the report of the authorized person also? He seems to be a very dissatisfied person on earth then, not getting satisfied with anything. Then ultimately again supplementary audit will be carried out. But that is a very rare situation. You are asking hypothetical. Obviously, it is not your paper that whenever you write, people are not satisfied. Dania, relax here. I don't know. Yeah, when I come towards completion, I can't relax. Okay, Hari, as you tell. नहीं रे, extra क्या? I don't think so, yeah, Sushma. Whenever I hear Sushma, no, no offense, but ultimately Nirma comes to my head. Whenever I hear that name, yeah, look at the name Sushma, na, Nirma comes to the head. Washing powder Nirma, washing powder Nirma, दूध सी सफेदी निरमा से आई, रंगीन कपड़ा भी खिल खिल जाए, सबकी पसंद, ऐसा था ना, जया और सुषमा, सबकी पसंद निरमा, निरमा. It was like that only, no? It was nice, yeah. Rude, yeah, you are, yeah. What once more? Huh? Nonsense. I know, it was nice, no? I sang well, yeah. Yeah. In fact, in my school, most of the times I was competing for, yeah, singing competition till sixth standard. Thereafter, I gave it up. I was like, enough. Nobody is getting impressed, it seems. Yeah. Unfortunately, in that, I sang Titanic. I know. Celine Dion wala song. Horrible it was. Every night. Ah, that wala song. Faltu. Exactly. Death confirmed. I don't know why in the world did I select that. Maybe I was just, yeah, feeling it is a romantic song, but then later on I realized it is not that much. Come on, copy first. Come on, yeah, it was not that bad, yeah. And there was that one more song which I remember, Kadi Zaza, it seems. I don't know which language it was, but yeah, the teacher told, Kadi Zaza, 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 Zayuti Zende Wali Voltuza, Masna Polto, Pulke Pulke Sera, Kadi Zaza, 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 Ulia Policia. Olya police, yeah. Like that it was very fancy. It was. I should have sang that only. Yeah, yeah. A matching concept it would have become. Recording is on. Ah, so you think I'm scared or what? Why in the world do you always keep on thinking that in the first place? You don't know me. I took a bag and I ran out of articleship. Imagine what I can do. Why are you bothered? Exactly. Yeah, Bella Ciao was also nice. I like Bella Ciao. Sumaya, I have no clue which language that was here. That that ma'am, she just taught us like that the song. So I just yeah, I just sang. But it was nice. Yeah, it sounded like that. I like Apdi Pode also. Apdi Pode, 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 Apdi Pode. That's nice. I like Nagamuka also. Hey, Tony Kakkar, please, huh? At least have some level, yeah. You rude, yeah, you are. Gangnam Style is also okay. Gangnam Style, I like the step more than the song. What sing Bella Chow? Excuse me. What you're making request? Hello? Shut up and copy. Request it seems. Huh. A PPAP song that was so horrible. No? Pen, pineapple, apple, pen. Solid though. Someone like, then show the step also no, of Gangnam Style. Yeah, yeah. Huh. Today you have come in all mood apart from studying, it seems. And today I've come in all mood of studying only, it seems. Come on, copy. Dash. I know it's a Korean song. It's a nice one. Telugu song, I have no clue. Telugu song. Telugu, I just know one line. That one man, one girl taught me. Nenu premistunanu. I told you, no. That is the only Telugu that I know. Apart from that, I have no clue. Kya, kya? Ah, Pandey. Pandiya. Come on, Dania. Write fast, done today. Why, Sushma? It's not. It's bad that Nenu premistunanu. It's nice, yeah. I found it cute, yeah. Other words I don't know, but this though I know nicely. See, I told you teach me something. Then she taught me this. And thereafter I told also, and later on she told me the meaning. I was like, you should have told it a bit earlier. What's the problem? And oh my god, yeah. Exactly. Dania. No, no. I would have come to know if it was that ways. But possible, yeah. I never thought that ways though. Missed it. Dania, 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 Dania. Dania, 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 Dania. Prithvi, I'll try. I'm not telling Dhania, Dhania. Dania, Dania, Dania. Dhania, Dhania, it seems. Huh. If you have so much, then order only, no? Exactly. Dhania, it seems. Oh my god, look who is on. Big Boss, Big Boss, Big Boss. Hi, Big Boss. How are you, Big Boss? The real Big Boss is not seen, only heard. This Big Boss is only documentary, never heard also. So this Big Boss is only documentary evidence. No visual, no oral. The real Big Boss is only oral, no visual, no documentary. See, there is a way of learning audit also. Oral, documentary, visual, no. So rude, yeah. You're rude, yeah. You don't think my links are proper, yeah. Rude, yeah, you are. Ask the big boss to show face once. what, a, what a demand. Ask big boss to show face. I'll try, I'll tell. Solid, na? Done, yeah. Enough now. 30 seconds, please. I know, yeah, Sushma. Tell big boss. People तो got angry, yeah. It is like, अरे tell big boss to show face, it seems. 143.6 only, re. कैसा है रे तू? Huh? Dash. Here it is 5, so here it will be 6, no? Suddenly it will be here. 143.6 only. Done, yeah. Okay, come on. Now, when we come to the list, can I say first one? Thanks for coming. Next is elements of government audit. Now, you're careful, yeah. When you talk about elements of government audit, be careful, huh? It is not government company. It is government. Acha, who will audit government? Correct, CAG only. So can I say this also will be conducted by the office of the CAG? Now, when I say office of the CAG, I mean CAG only. But we say office of the CAG because CAG alone will not go, no? There'll be the entire team, no? Just like for a simple example, say you are working in my office, you are my assistant, okay? In that scenario, can I say you and I together will do audit of say our client? Then ultimately, our office is conducting the audit of that client, no? Like that. Now, do you understand? Acha. So here also it will be conducted by whom? Correct. Office of the CAG. Now, when you talk about elements of government audit, there are three elements. Which three? One by one. First, expenditure audit. Next, audit of receipts. And the last one, audit of stores and stocks. Repeating, how many are there? Three. One, expenditure audit, audit of receipts, and audit of stores and stocks. Wait, what do you mean by expenditure audit? Very simple. Who is incurring the expenditure? Government. Who is going to check? CAG, whether the expenditure is proper or not. Next, audit of receipts. Can I say receipts means income? Whose income? Government. Who will check? CAG, whether ultimately that income is proper or not. Acha, stores and stocks. What they represent for the government? Assets. Then ultimately, whose assets? Government. Who will check? CAG, whether the assets are proper or not. So obviously every element will include checking some points. But as of now, I'm giving you the broad outlook that there are how many elements? Three elements. Which three elements? Expenditure audit, receipts, and stores and stocks. Your expenditure audit is the most important out of all the three. In reality also and in theoretical also. Acha, your expenditure audit is further subdivided into 5 components. Which 5 components? Audit of, audit of, audit of, audit of, audit. First is audit of rules and orders. I'll explain in detail, but as of now, focus. Second is audit of sanctions. You understand sanction? Approval. Okay. Thereafter, audit of provision of funds. Next, audit of performance. And the last is propriety audit. Propriety audit. I have not written the wrong spelling. Okay. It is propriety only. It is not proprietary or proprietary. Propriety. That's it. Okay. So behave yourself. Before you even judge that my spelling and my English language skills are bad enough. Oh, please. How do you think I passed? Luck? Luck? Your colleague? So rude. Yeah, you are. Huh? Handwriting, it seems. By God's grace. Yeah. I was just sitting like this. God, give your grace, no? Huh? And ultimately told to institute also, give some grace only, no? So ultimately, eventually by grace only you people get ahead, no? Huh? Your life is entirely grace. Listen now what I'm telling. How many are there? 5. We'll go one by one. Listen. Firstly, when I say expenditure audit, can I say it is expenditure which is incurred by whom? Yeah. Government. Check by whom? Yeah. CAG. Now, first is audit of rules and orders. What do you mean by this? Very simple. Audit of rules and orders means CAG will have to check whether the expenditure which is incurred by the government officials has been incurred as per the applicable rules and regulations framed. Only if that expenditure is within the rules and regulations, you can do. If it is outside the rules and regulations, can you do? No. For a simple example, ultimately the government official wants to do some personal expense. Can he do? No. It is outside the rules. But if it is for some business purpose, for government purpose, for public purpose, can he do? Yes. So firstly, the expenditure should be as per the rules and regulations. Secondly, audit of sanctions. What do you mean by this? Very simple. The CAG will have to check what? That the expenditure which is incurred by the government officials is incurred after getting a proper sanction or the approval of a higher authority. So for a simple example, if I want to do certain expenditure, then I will have to first take a sanction of a appropriate authority. When I get the sanction from a higher authority, only then I can do the expenditure. All cool? Okay. Next, audit of provision of funds. What do you mean by provision of funds? So simple. CAG will have to check the expenditure which is incurred by the government officials is incurred from the funds which have been initially provided. So first you make a provision of the funds. Then from that you incur expenditure. Just to give you a real life example, every year I hope as finance minister comes out with the budget. In that budget, if you people have heard, they allocate money for a particular procedure, no, for a particular process, for a particular area. For a simple example, say 1 lakh crore is nothing but for say defense. 1 lakh 30,000 crores is for say farmers. 80,000 crores is for highway development. This is for education. Use common sense. You have heard, no? Then what is all this? What is all this? You are making a provision of those funds. And then when in the coming year, you incur expenditure on that particular purpose, expenditure is incurred from those funds which have been provided. Now do you understand? So CAG will have to check whether the funds which were provided, whether they are utilized or not. And to the extent possible, expenditure should be less than or equal to the provision. It should not be greater until and unless there is a contingency. That's another thing. All cool? Okay. Next, audit of performance. What do you mean by this? So simple. CAG will have to check whether the expenditure which is incurred by the government officials, whether the expenditure has performed or not. Doubt. So how does the expenditure perform? It performs. Every expenditure has an associated objective. For a simple example, I hope I say you people, take example real life, you'll understand the concept. Say for a simple example, you people feel hungry, Zomato, expenditure. Why? Hunger was your objective. Say you people want to travel from one place to another. Hello, Uber, Ola, Auto, best. I will do traveling. Traveling was my objective. Say you people have paid fees after all because started accountancy, education is your objective. So whenever there is an expenditure, there is always associated objective. Agreed? CAG will have to check what? That the expenditure which is incurred by the government officials, whether that expenditure has achieved the desired objectives or not. All cool? Okay. Thereafter, lastly, propriety audit. This is also important on its own. Propriety audit means considering the principles of prudence. PP. What do you mean by prudence? Come on here. Prudence means conservatism. Conservatism means the government official should incur the expenditure not more than the occasion demands. For a simple example, you have to be as conservative as possible. I'm not saying miser. Miser is different altogether. Miser to don't even do what is required. But ultimately, here to you have to at least do what is required. But don't exceed than what is required. So if there is an expense of say 10,000 crores, then maximum should be 10,000 crores, not 10,001 crore. It is also said here this, government officials should use the government money as if it is their own money. Bolo. Why? It is because whenever you have to incur expenditure from your own pocket, you are more cautious than rather incurring expenditure from somebody else's pocket. No. For a simple example, if I tell you 15,000 you want to do shopping, if I tell you take my card, trust me, the only thing you will do is log off and go on shopping. My card. But if I tell you your card, you will take a lifetime to spend it. So basically, obviously exaggeration, but still. So basically, can I say when it is your money, you are more cautious. So government officials should use the government money as if it is their own money. And to be honest, they actually use the government money as if it is their own money. Correct. So at least something to matches in theory and practical. It is also said here, there should not be any misuse of authority. Come on here. My mocha jokes, why are they required when ultimately the question and the answer itself are joking? Acha, it is also said here, government expenditure should be incurred for the society at a large, not for the benefit of a particular person. Hmm? So ultimately, I hope that is what is told in propriety. So what all is told in propriety? Try to understand. One, government officials should incur not more than what the occasion demands. They should use the government money as if it is their own money. There should not be any misuse of authority. And lastly, the government official should use the money not for a particular person, but for the society at a large. All cool. So how many are there? Come on, tell me fast. Five. Which five? First, rules and orders. That is expenditure as per the rules and regulations frame. Next, sanction. You should incur the expenditure after you get a sanction or the approval from a higher authority. Next, provision of funds. It means ultimately the expenditure should be incurred from the funds which have been provided first. Okay. Next, performance. Performance is nothing but achieving the desired objective. Okay. Acha, objective should be achieved with the highest cost or the lowest cost? Lowest cost. So obviously it includes economy. Acha. Then ultimately the objective should be achieved in a haphazard way or effective? Effective. Okay. And can I say eventually whatever input you put should give the lowest output or the maximum? Maximum. Then it should be efficient also. So it includes three E's: effectiveness, efficiency, economy. What? What? Effectiveness, efficiency, economy. Economy is you achieve the objectives at the lowest cost. Effectiveness is the input that you are putting, you get the maximum output. And efficiency is nothing but, after all, achieving the objective, but in a smooth process, not something which is haphazard. All cool? Okay. Then propriety audit. What is propriety audit? Come on, tell me. Principles of prudence. What is prudence? Come on, yeah. Conservatism. How many things are there? Four. Tell me. One. Look at LIFO. Come on, yeah. One was what? Correct. Government officials should not incur money more than the occasion demands. There should not be any misuse of authority. Then they should use the government money as if it is their own money, and it should be used for the benefit of a particular person of the community. No, no, no. Correct. Society at a large. Perfect. All cool? What am I saying? Let us discuss this too also, no? Simple, yeah. Come on. Next is audit of receipts. What do you mean by receipts? Income. Correct. Can you tell me what will be the income for the government? Tax. If they try to work, ultimately what will they earn? Nothing. So eventually I hope as others are working for them and they are getting tax. Correct. Now when you talk about this receipt, what will the CAG as an auditor check in that? Three things. Three C's. One, whether it is properly calculated or not, whether it is properly collected or not, and whether it is properly credited or not to the government's account. What? Three things. Calculated or not, collected or not, credited or not. Do like this. It's a step. What the hell are you doing sitting there? First is calculated or not, collected or not, credited or not. Do properly. Do calculated or not, collected or not, credited or not. Do again. Are like this, what are you doing? Some people are doing steps which have no relevance to what this is. Are I'm doing properly. You wanted me to do a step? No. Gagnam, you told no. But ultimately, I'm doing something which is related to the subject after all. Calculated or not, collected or not, credited or not. Calculated, collected, credited. Calculated, collected, credited. Will you remember? Acha. And lastly, there should be misuse of revenue or no misuse? No misuse. Exactly. Some people are like stand up and dance, it seems. Horrible. Acha. So three C's. Not bad. Someone like I'll crash, it seems. Acha. Last one, stores and stocks. What do you mean by stores and stocks? Assets, yeah. I'll give you a simple example. Government holds so much of land, correct? Land also ultimately for the government is their asset. Similarly, on the land, they have agriculture, which happens. So ultimately, whatever crops are grown, I hope they also belong to the government. Thereafter, ultimately, I hope they have coal mines. So coal which comes, that also is an asset of the government. So all this together becomes stores and stocks of nothing but the government. Now, when you people talk about stores and stocks, they mean assets. Then what will you check in these assets? Five things. Hear carefully. Whether they are properly valued or not. So they should be overvalued or undervalued? Properly valued. Whether they are in existence or not. How will you check existence? Physical verification. Correct. Whether they are a right of the government or not. It means ultimately, I hope realize they should be in the ownership of the government, not in the ownership of a minister. It should be in the ownership of the government. This belongs to the government, not the minister. Then whether the prices paid for them are reasonable or not. It means you should not pay too high or too low price. It should be reasonable. So ultimately, I hope whatever crops are grown, eventually the farmers are growing. then ultimately I hope realize the prices paid for them should be reasonable. It should neither be too high nor too low. Acha. And lastly, whether the accounting procedures are followed properly or not. So how many things are there? 5. Valuation, existence, right, prices paid, accounting. Tell again. Valuation, existence, right, prices paid, accounting procedures. I don't know how many of you remember. Previously, we have done vouching and verification. This was very similar to verify. The only difference is I just took this 3 here, where this 3 I did not take. FRF to an extent I took because I told you accounting procedures should be followed. But the 5 points were what? Valuation, existence, right. Then one price, this was different. Prices paid should be reasonable. And last one was accounting procedures. So 1, 2, 3 are the same only. Supposing in exam, worst case scenario, you don't remember these 5 points. No problem. Write these 6 and come. Fair enough. At least the 3 are the matching only, no? You will get more than half anyways. Okay, ceiling? Okay. Ceiling is telling yes. I'm talking to the ceiling. So rude, yeah, you are, yeah. You understood what happened, yeah. Tell me how many elements are there, yeah. 3. Expenditure, receipts, and stores. Expenditure, how many are there, yeah? 5. Which 5, yeah? Rules, sanctions, provisions, performance, propriety. Receipts, what will you check, yeah? 3 things, no? Which 3 things, come on here, dance and show, no? Come on here, Chaitra, you can do it. Some people are crediting it anywhere and everywhere possible. I hope that they are not crediting properly. By the way, you know where they are credited? Not to your account, obviously. They are basically, you wish it was your account. They are credited to government's account known as CFI, Consolidated Fund of India, where all the monies whichever are collected they go there, and all the monies whichever are expended go from there. So ultimately, if the states want money, like the states always are beggars, so they always keep on asking money from the center. Then ultimately, I hope the center has to debit CFI, Consolidated Fund of India. From there it goes. All cool? All cool. See, what is the second question? This is the second question. What are the elements of government audit? Finish it. What does CFI mean? Excuse me. RM scam, it seems. Wish, yeah. Yeah, after Harshad Mehta, Rahul Mehta only, it seems. Huh. Government refers to both, yeah. Harshad Mehta, my relative. No. I am his mentor, thing like that then. That is the only thing which is remaining now that you will think, it seems. Hari, I used to, yeah, now I've given up. Exactly. Absolutely. Bella cha, bella cha, cha. One jewelry organization we have, jeweler. That Bella Chow, na, on that there was one spoof which was created. Kela Khao, it seems. Babu. Who was that? I forgot, yeah. He made a very beautiful scoop though. It was nice. Try to watch it. Nice it was. Ah, play for us now, it seems. Yeah. I will put it and share the screen, yeah. I don't remember, yeah. Hey, Rasode Mein Kaun Tha was horrible. Rasode Mein Kaun Tha, it seems. Yeah, feet RM, it seems. Did you complete your graduation and is it necessary to do graduation with CA? It is not necessary to do anything apart from 12th standard for CA. And did you complete your graduation? Excuse me. You have a doubt on my graduations now? Firstly, you had a doubt on my chartered accountancy. Now you have doubts on my graduation. By the way, you're talking to a postgraduate. Huh. Mind your language. Huh. Show the question first. Arey, this is question only. What are the elements of government audit? And this is the answer. What has happened to you, madam? You don't understand what is question, what is answer? What has happened to you here? Today you seem to be in no mood at all. So like enough here. Let's do TP it seems. TP it seems here. Shut up and copy. Done? This is very important. See now what we will do is MCOM, MBA. Acha. See now, this was I think your question number 2, correct? What we'll do is for every element na, we will have a separate question. So now this will become your question 3. This will become your question 4. And this will become your question 5. This is very important. This is important. Last one, this receipts is not important because in that there is only 3 C's, no? You think for that they'll give you marks for dancing? No. So see, audit on expenditure. This is very important. Comes in the examination for 5 to 8 marks. That's scoring. See, it is the most important element conducted by Office of CAG. Components, 5 things: rules and orders, sanctions, provisions, performance. Performance 3 is efficiency, economy, effectiveness. See, efficiency basically I hope is input output ratio. I hope realize output should be maximized at the minimum input. Economy, minimizing the cost of resources used for any activity. Thereafter, effectiveness, the extent to which objectives are achieved. The intended result should be there. Acha. And propriety. This also comes in the examination as a short note for 4 marks. Only propriety. Then you have to write prudence, conservatism. Government should not income on okay. Then misuse no should use only and not for the benefit society at large. All cool? Acha. Thereafter, see we have receipts. What is there in receipts? Correct. 3 C's now, as I told to you. Then C, calculated, which is assessed, collected, which is recovered, and lastly credited to the government's account. Yeah, the dance. And there should not be any misuse of revenue. Yeah. And lastly, we have stores and stocks. This comes in the examination normally for 4 marks. Stores and stocks, I told you, see valuation, existence, right, prices paid reasonable, accounting procedures. All cool? Will you write yourself? Will you try once? No, correct. That will be the 4th element of audit risk. Acha, come on, all yours. Finish it. Finish fast, yeah. We have to go till at least partnership from today. No, only not even 1 hour is remaining for me. Show 2-page view. No. I also thought for once, yeah, Sejal. PG, postgrad also regular college? No, postgrad I did from distance learning. I did not go to college for it. Arey, I got it, Ray. Don't worry. I take everything in that manner only. Chill, yeah. And as far as you are concerned, I know how you are. So chill. Grad, I went only to give exams. That's it. I did not attend at all. Postgrad, to no. There was no college only, na, in postgrad, only exams. I did it from distance learning, na, Institute of Distance Learning, Mumbai University directly. Correspondence bolte na. What you have written above question 3. It's a star. Star is there, yeah. To tell it is important, yeah. Incorrect, correct question is sufficient, or we should write the reason too. Reasons also. Reason should be in brief, but for correct, incorrect. I'll do a two-page view. Le- Visible, no? Hmm, ठीक है. Dania, this is amount of expense. Huh? Amount of expense. So the amount of expense should not exceed the appropriation made. Does the CAG office hire CAs? Yeah, yeah, they do. They do. In fact, there are somewhere around 5 lakh people working in the office of the CAG. It is a big thing, no? Yeah, government and government companies. It is not something which is small. At least till D, though you have reached, no? Last. Hey, come on, yeah. Can I say simple chapter, yeah? Very manageable. No problems, yeah. Dania. Yeah, whatever otherwise has to be done, that will anyways make you mark. Yeah, don't worry. Propriety done. Come on, yeah. Come on, here. At least till propriety, everybody. Next three things I'll just make you understand, and thereafter only I'll make you write later. Now provisions are remaining, duties are remaining, and partnership. Three things. The other things, obviously, when we meet next. Yeah, in the official gazette, Nikhil. Hmm. Come on, yeah. You wanna write it later, then take screenshots. That also is fine with me. Like Somo always does. Which one? Taking SS? I know, Ray. Anybody is that is left out? Tell me later, okay? When it is done, I'll take you there later on the tour. I know, I know. I understood by your reaction only. Yeah. Summa. Cha. How much is left? It. Kuncham, kuncham. Rumba not left. Ama. 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 Illa. I'm not doing it again. Come on, finish it, yeah. ऊपर करो नीचे करो क्या बोले अभी हाँ, you're not writing क्यों थोड़ा लिखा बस that's it screenshot ले तू धन्या 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 If government audits are being conducted regularly, why corruption still tend to exist? So you think you can go against the system and just bring it out? System is system, no? Yeah, you don't know how it is. It is either you or somebody else at the end of the day. Obviously, they will have their puppet only, no, who works for them. Come on, yeah. Come on, finish this audit of receipts. Very small. Your hire purchase is done. The chapter in accounts. Hire purchase done or not done? Arey, yaar. Then how will I explain you hire purchase audit? What teach? I don't know accounts here. I mean, I know, but I don't know. I mean, you understand now what I'm trying to tell. Exactly, yeah. CA, it seems, yeah. You mean CAs know everything? Oh. Ah, exactly, yeah. No, no, we cannot postpone that only. I'll teach you in my way. Yeah, yeah. Banks also we did know. Exactly. Perfect. Skyway nahi highway. Sky illa. Oh. Solid मूवी था वो लेकिन अच्छा लगा तो दिल में नहीं तो दिमाग में भी नहीं. It seems. अरे भाई. धनिया 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 धनिया. It's like after every certain time I have to come and I have to sell the dhania yeah, to you peoples, and nobody seems to be buying. Everybody tells no only. No, 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 no. Would you audit for the government if you were given a chance? Oh, definitely. Who does not want to make money? Eventually, it is a money making spree after all, anything related to government. Some are asking price. How much? How much for it? Yeah. So rude. Now you are making me a vegetable vendor. Huh? How much I have been for you? Yeah. Imagine. Farmer I have been, auto driver I have been, customer I have been, now vegetable vendor I have been. Yeah, singer, dancer, okay. I don't like to dance. I have two left feet. Yeah. तो लगान भी देना पड़ेगा it seems. Shut up. Shut up. Danya, enough. Oh my god. Then what it turned out to be? Lemongrass. Blech. Oh my god. Come on, yeah. Stores and stocks. Then we learn everything about CAG. And then we learn duties of the CAG. And then we learn partnership. And that is when we go. Supposing any answering writing is left, we'll take screenshots and you will have to copy that in homework. Deal. Anyways, after this, I think our lecture is direct in the next week only. Yeah. Then I'll give you one more homework. No, then exactly. Something from me. Yeah. Once take no yeah for an exception. Yeah. Why? Yeah. Why? Why? Yeah. Come on. Yeah. You can do it. Yeah. I trust you. Yeah. For a change. That is not gonna happen. I tried talking though, but then it is somehow not going to materialize. No, they are not doing it. कौन सा? Sorry. Oh, oh my God. You mean you are asking me to act unprofessional? Come on, finish it. Last part. Steps to verify stores and stocks. Come on, everybody. Come on, come on. It is like a tour guide tells, no, come on, bus is going. Come on, come on. I know, like a bus driver, it seems. इससे और कितना धीरे पढ़ाऊं मैं? Like, see the amount of time that I'm giving you. Yeah. Who gives so much time? Not in a relationship, also, anybody gives. I'm giving you as a professor. Exactly. Huh. Virat Kohli also shouts on the field, but then I cannot use that language here. No, yes, I would. I'm not shouting like him, though. Yeah, you want me to shout like him, then ultimately you will have to. I will have to unmute it. See, I'll have to mute. What I just told Dash. Dash is what? Yeah, Dash is something which is universally applicable. Now, if at all I tell Dash and that is the first thing that comes into your head, it means you are well versed with it. Exactly. When in the world do you tell me then? Tell your head, because that is the way that it is functioning. Yeah, but then that is the best I feel. That only is the one thing which comes always in the head. Yeah. We are not discussing on that. We are discussing audit. What the hell are you doing here? Shut up and copy. Oh, my tone conveys it more than well because I have a tone for telling that as well. Yeah. Chup re. Dania, 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 Dania. So till then, I'll tell you one joke. Only one. Huh? Which is the oldest animal on earth? Oldest. Ah, not bad. Ah, अरे आता है यार तुमको. Not bad, yeah. I learned this in school, yeah. It was nice, yeah. Dinosaur, Ella. Dinosaur, it seems. Bloody, you don't know this answer also. What will you do in audit is what I'm wondering. Oldest is dinosaur. How come, yeah? No, yeah. I told who is the oldest animal on earth. Some are telling dinosaur, it seems. Some are telling time, it seems. Animal time. Social animal human. Horrible. Horrible. Zebra, yeah. And it is black and white, no. Black and white is old, no. It was nice, yeah. You are rude, yeah. Don't talk to me, yeah. It was nice, yeah. Hana, huh? Dinosaur, it seems. I mean, such a logical question I'll ask you. Huh? You think I'm teaching costing or something like that? No, no. Then, Arey, but it was nice, yeah. Whatever. Still, many did not get it. At least you remembered things. Dania, they're like, we cannot overcome your joke. We are not doing it any quickly. It was not that bad, yeah. Zebra. Last 30 seconds, please. Afra, अच्छा था यार. All done, yeah. What better than running river? River was nice. Very tea. Huh. Okay then. See. Shall I go ahead? Proprietary ratio, nahi, proprietary audit. I'm not teaching FM. That you're asking proprietary ratio, it seems. Oops, this is proprietary. Okay then, see, oi. As far as our scope is concerned, in our scope, we have done audit of government company and elements of government audit. Now we have to do two things together, CAG provisions and the duties of the CAG. Focus properly. Huh? Now, when I talk about CAG provisions, what we people basically have to learn, listen carefully. Firstly, CAG is appointed by whom? That is what we'll have to learn. Then terms and conditions are fixed by whom? That is what we'll have to learn. Then removal of the CAG is done how? Okay, and who does it? Thereafter, what is the term of the office of the CAG? And then the reporting of the CAG. Because CAG ultimately will report, he will audit central government and he will audit state government. Then the report will go from where to where, and it will be published where. This is what all we have to learn. Okay. Now let us go one by one. Firstly, anybody can tell me CAG is appointed by whom? Unfortunately, I told it yesterday only. Correct. Some are telling central government, central government. Are you mad? Huh? Correct. CAG is appointed by the President of India. Boy, I told you this yesterday also. PC Poi. Correct. So CAG is appointed by Poi. Now use your whatever is working and tell me. If CAG is appointed by Poi, terms and conditions are fixed by whom? Boy. Correct. Final order of removal will be passed by whom? Boy. So in this answer, there is only Poi Poi? No. Relax, no. When I say final order will be passed by Poi, it is not directly passed. Firstly, to remove the CAG, there has to be recommendation. Now, who will recommend? The House of Parliament. Now, when I say House of Parliament, I mean both, huh? Parliament. And that also not in minority. It means they will have to recommend in majority. Now, when I say majority, your majority is different. Your majority is not less than 2/3 members. So ultimately, if at all there are 100 members, so 100 into 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 comes to 66.67. Obviously, there cannot be some 1/2%, no? So ultimately rounded off to 67. So at least 67% of the people who are members of parliament, they should recommend that this CAG should be removed. And they will give this letter to whom? To the President of India. And if the President of India thinks fit, then the President of India will pass the final order. Come on here, I hope you followed. But wait, recommendation by parliament, that also in majority, not less than 2/3 members. But wait, can he be removed on any grounds? For a simple example, can you remove the CAG because the CAG does not look nice? Huh? So whenever I go to the parliament, I look at the CAG like this. So ultimately you are like, every time I have to do like this, so you want to remove CAG? No. In that scenario, he can be removed only on justifiable grounds. No, yeah. Exactly. Justifiable ground is one. He can be removed on your ground, misbehavior. And he can be removed again on your ground, incapacity. Ultimately, I hope right, misbehavior or incapacity. Whether it is misbehavior or whether it is incapacity, it has to be proven. So can you tell me who will have to prove to whom? The members of parliament will have to prove to the POI that CAG was either misbehaving or he does not have the capacity to remain the CAG. Then POI will consider, and if POI thinks necessary, POI will pass the order for removal. So see, it is not that simple to remove the CAG. Do you agree? Come on, tell me one by one. Firstly, final order, POI, but on the recommendation of the House of Parliament, that also in majority, not less than 2/3 members. Acha, that also on justifiable grounds, that is misbehavior or incapacity, which has to be proven. Come on, term. You know what is the term of the CAG? How many years? Anybody? 5 is wrong. It is 6 years. Or 65 years. Ayo, who will do audit for 65 years? 65 years. Wait, no. Of age. Come on, yeah. Whichever is lower or higher. Whichever is lower. What brains you have. Whichever is earlier. For a simple example, if I tell you there is a CAG. Okay. Say he is 53 years old. Then ultimately, can I say 6 years? Because 6 years will come earlier. But if I tell you he is 63 years old, then 65 years will come earlier. So he can work only for 2 years. So I hope it is either 6 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier, not lesser. Mad. All cool? All cool. Now, CAG does the reporting. He has to audit the government. Can I say central government, state government? Can I say central government include union territories? Come on, yeah. Then ultimately, I hope what he will check. Very simple. CAG's report of whatever he is auditing of accounts of the central government, he will submit the report to POI. And POI will finally lay the report. You understand? Lay, submit. Finally lay the report in the parliament. So CAG, CG, CG, POI, POI, parliament. What? CAG, CG, CG, POI, POI, parliament. Acha, where does the report of the state government go? It goes to the governor. And from the governor, it goes to the Vidhan Sabha, known as state legislature. That is where it has to be laid down, finally. Because it is state, no? So ultimately, CAG, SD, SD, governor, governor, state legislature. That is how you'll have to tell. Flowchart. Come on, tell me. CAG, CG, CG, POI, POI, parliament. CAG, SD, SD, governor, governor, state legislature. Come on, tell me fast. CAG, CG, CG, POI, POI, parliament. And you have to tell twice, now CG, CG. What are you doing? CAG, SD, SD, governor, governor, state legislature. Come on again. CAG, CG, CG, POI, POI, parliament. CAG, SD, SD, governor, governor, state legislature. And finally, you know the report is published in which official document? Come on, yaar. Official Gazette, OG, AG, OG, AG, OG. What a faltu song here. Hey, OG is okay, yeah. Come on, tell me. This is what you'll have to learn. Come on, CAG is appointed by POI. Terms and conditions, POI. Removal, POI. But removal only on the recommendation of the House of Parliament. That also in majority, not less than 2/3 members. It can be removed on any grounds? No, only two. Either misbehavior or incapacity. I hope it has to be proven. Term is either 6 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. Come on, flowchart, flowchart, come on. CAG, CG, CG, POI, POI, Parliament. CAG, SD, SD, Governor, Governor, State Legislature. And finally, it will be published in the OG. Now, duties of the CAG. One of the very important questions that we have, it has been asked in the examination previously for 10 marks. Straight away, 10 marks. Now, try to understand. Very simple they are, not that difficult. As far as the duties of the CAG are concerned, they are given in the CAG Act. I don't remember the year. I think it is 1971, but I'm not that sure. Wait, I'll just confirm. CAG Act. I just forgot the year, whichever it was. No, 1971 only. Fair enough. So it is nothing but given under the CAG Act 1971. Just like the duties of the company auditor are given in the Companies Act 2013, the duties of the CAG are given in the CAG Act 1971. Now, what are the duties of the CAG? Just pay attention. You will learn. Listen carefully. Huh? First is to compile and submit the accounts of states of India and unions of India. Union means union territories. Repeating, what did I say? Compile and submit. Compile is collect, submit is to give. Acha, when he compiles, obviously this he will give to POI, POI will give it to Parliament. When he compiles of the SG, he will give it to Governor, Governor will give it in the state legislature. So what is the first thing? To compile and submit the accounts of the states of India and unions of India. Okay. Next, to carry out general provisions relating to audit. Now, when I say general provisions, in this general provisions, three things he has to check. Which three things? One, the expenditure incurred by the government is proper or not. Secondly, ultimately, whether the governments have contingency funds. You understand contingency funds? Emergency funds. Supposing, I hope as you are already aware, in state emergencies come. Now, ultimately, if at all any emergency is there, then they should have the funds, no, to tackle the emergency. Then CAG will have to check whether the emergency funds are there or not. And lastly, whether the books of accounts are prepared by them properly or not. So what was the first one? Compile and submit the accounts. That was one. Second was general provisions which are relating to audit. And general provisions include three things: expenditure, contingency funds, books of accounts. First, is this okay? Now, you know how to remember? I'll tell you that also. Previously, we have done this, no? Elements of government audit. Who will carry out? CAG, no? So it is the duty of the CAG to do this, no? Now, expenditure has already come. See? Now, if expenditure has already come, what is remaining? Receipts and stores and stocks. Then next is that only. See, audit of receipts. That is his duty. Come on, you have to check. And next is audit of stores and stocks. Can I say that also is his duty? Come on, yeah. Acha, not only that, use common sense. When I did the first question, this question, what did I tell you? I hope realize if at all CAG is not happy with this report, he will carry out a supplementary audit, no? Then whose duty to do? CAG. Then can I say CAG can carry out audit of a government company? Then audit of a government company. Come on, yaar, manageable. Acha. Next, listen. Next is also very simple. You people should be aware. Accounting standards done entirely. I should do this or I should do this. Done or not done? Yes. This only. Are whether done or not done eventually means the same only, no? Sometimes. Ah. Come on here. Accounting standard 12. If you people remember, is on government grants. Correct. Now, when I talk about government grants, you already know. Correct. It is a grant which is given by the government basically. Acha. Simple example. Say the government of India tells to a particular company, company, you set up a factory in backward India, rural India, entire India. If you set up a factory in backward India, we will give you land free of cost. Who is giving what to whom? Government is giving the land to the company free if they set up a factory in backward India. So can I say there are attached conditions? Correct. But who is giving the grant? Government. Array, then CAG will have to check, no, whether this grant is properly sanctioned or not. Most of the grants goes to nothing but the relatives of the ministers. Most of the grants, most, like I can tell you 99 out of 100, not even 90 out of 100. And that also relatives who are not known to the ministers, like there are distant relatives. So they take in their name and eventually they only run the show. It is nothing but I hope it is just a cover up. So ultimately next what you have to learn is whether the audit of grants and loans, whether they have been properly sanctioned by the sanctioning authority or not. Now use common sense. This grant will be given to the company. So company must have received the grant. So CAG will have to check, no, whether the grant is actually received or not. Acha, not only that, obviously when they receive, they can also expend it, no? What if you receive money from the government? Say to make hospital, okay, I'm giving you money, make hospital in the rural area. Then ultimately, can I say they will give money? Can I say that money has to be expended and it should be expended on hospital only? No. Can you make a hotel? No. So can I say it has to be utilized for the same purpose for which grant was given? Then auditor, that is CAG, will have to do audit of receipts and expenditure again, but of the grants and loans. Don't confuse yourself between this expenditure and receipt and this expenditure and receipt. This is expenditure and receipt of the grant and loan which was received, whether it was received properly and whether it was used properly. This expenditure and receipts is the main one which we did of the government. This part. All cool? Come on, tell me. What are the duties of the CAG? So simple, yeah, they are. Trust me, if you have paid attention up till now, you can easily remember all of them. First, ultimately, is to compile and submit the accounts of states of India, unions of India. Then general provisions relating to audit. When I say general provisions, come on, which? Expenditure, contingency funds, books of accounts. Correct? Acha. Thereafter, audit of receipts, whether it is there or not. 3 C's I told you, na? Calculated, collected, credited. Acha. Thereafter, audit of stores and stocks. Come on, yeah. Acha. Thereafter, we have audit of government company. Thereafter, we have audit of grants and loans. And lastly, what we have is audit of receipts and expenditure. For this 7 points, you people get nothing but 10 marks. Tell me if it is difficult. Exactly, yeah. I'm telling you now, one by one, if you remember it like that, it is very simple. But still, I'll make it simpler. There is a key. The key is not that logical, but it's okay. No, yeah, I mean, it is not that bad as Lehem anyways. Yeah, since it is related to the government, I have a government type of a key. Okay, I hope price first there is nothing but I hope price central government, so CG. Then there is state government, so SG, and there is regional rural government, so RRG. CG, SG, RRG, because it is related to government. So rude, yeah. It is not that bad, yeah. It was not that bad as zebra also, yeah. CG, SG, RRG, yeah. C stands for what? Compile and submit. G stands for what? General provisions. So logically I made, yeah. S stands for what? Stores and stocks. Rude. G stands for what? Grants and loans. R stands for what? Receipts. Then R stands for what? Receipts and expenditure of grant and loan. And lastly, G stands for what? Government company. See? CGSGRRG. Be rude. Don't talk to me. Huh. Last thing. I'll not give you key only now. No, yeah. Where will I do? Yeah. Where will I show off my not so good, yeah, creativity? Exactly. CGSDRRG was nice. Yeah. CAG. Don't make your keys now. Enough. Huh. Are RRG regional rural government. There's nothing like that, but it's fine. No, yeah. Are yeah. So rude. I hope I first central, then state, then rural, no? Regional. You're so rude. I mean, have some sense, yeah. आधा ठीक था CGSD तक ठीक था. Whatever you want to remember, you remember. I've already given you mine. Okay. Yeah. RG, I could have made Rahul Gandhi also, but I hope RRG was still better. I tried that also. Exactly. But still I did not. Yeah. Now listen. Last thing, audit of a partnership firm. Important. When I say partnership firm, this also comes in the examination for 8 marks. It is that scoring that important. Now listen carefully what I'm telling. Now, when you are talking about partnership firm, previously in chapter number 1, we had done different types of audit. If you remember, in different types of audit, I hope there is statutory audit, there is voluntary audit. If you remember, in voluntary audit, examples, correct, individual, sole proprietor, partnership firm, HUF. Can I say partnership firm was correct? A voluntary audit. Now think and answer. What all points will you check in a partnership firm? Very simple. Listen carefully. As an auditor, first I will check my letter of appointment, whether my letter of appointment is proper or not. And can I say eventually it has to be signed? Signed by whom? Can I say the partners who are authorized? So who will give the letter to whom? Partnership firm will give the letter to the auditor that I have been appointed, correct? However, the terms and conditions letter, terms of engagement letter, that who sends to whom? Auditor will send it to the partners, management. ABCD, A sends. Okay. Thereafter, what I will do is, as an auditor, I will have to check the partnership deed. Why will I check the partnership deed? So simple. Because I will have to check what is the nature of the business, what are the number of the partners, and ultimately what is nothing but their PSR. Now, why will I check the nature of the business? I will have to check, no, whether ultimately the business which is carried out by the partners is the same business which is written in the deed. What if ultimately they are doing some other business? Then ultimately I hope they should have modified it. Then ultimately you will have to check whether modification is done or not. When you talk about the partners, think, can I say partnership means beneficial to all, or can I say loss making to all? It should not be beneficial to one, loss making to others, no. So I will have to check whether it is beneficial to all or it is loss, then it is loss making to all. It means interest of no partner should suffer prejudicially. It should not be like that. If there are 3 partners, one is getting profit, other 2 are getting losses. This is wrong. Then interest of this partner is prejudicial. Prejudicial, harmful. We have done that in company audit. Come on, yeah. Okay. Thereafter, ultimately, I will have to check that all the profits and losses, whether they have been properly divided, and they have been divided in nothing but their agreed PSR. But when will you divide this profit or loss? Very simple. This should be divided after you people make a provision for tax. It means, can I say if the partnership is making profits, then ultimately can I say there is tax payable? Then whatever is the amount of tax payable, you need to make a provision. Then after you make the provision for tax, thereafter you divide whatever is nothing but the profit or loss in the agreed PSR. Come on, you're all cool. Lastly, what you can also check is the minutes book. Why? To get the information about the firm, that whatever decisions they are taking, whether the decisions are proper or not. So simple. Letter of appointment, partnership deed to check whether the business which is carried out is as per the partnership deed, and if it is changed, then ultimately whether the modification partners, it should be beneficial to all or loss to all. Interest of no partner should suffer prejudicially. Profit and losses should be divided in the agreed PSR. After basically, I hope realize, making the provision for tax. So you will have to check whether provision for tax payable is made or not. Thereafter, minutes book to check nothing but information and the decisions. And obviously, you are going to check financial statements, no, to check whether books of accounts have been properly kept or not. All manageable. Come on, yeah. This for 8 marks. Can I say simple enough? Okay. Come on. Now, what I want you all to do is three things we have done. Huh? Which three? One by one, I'll go. Yeah, you take screenshots of the same. It's okay. And thereafter, you copy it, okay? But one by one. Relax. होमवर्क क्या? सवाल ही नहीं है. टाइम नहीं है मेरे पास उतना. चुप रहे. Now see, this is CAG provisions that we people started with. So this is one. First, see now. First, let me just explain. Then you copy. Appointed by the President of India. Salary and other conditions again by President of India. Removal only by an order of POI, but on the grounds of misbehavior or incapacity. Thereafter, removal recommendation is required of the House of Parliament, that also in majority, not less than 2/3 members. Term is either 6 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. Then CG POI, POI Parliament, SD, Governor, State Legislature, and it is published in the Official Gazette, OG. As far as the duties are concerned, I told you CAG Act. So compile and submit. General provisions. So this is basically your CG. Then three things: expenditure, whatever the government is making. I told you from the Consolidated Fund of India, which belongs to the government. Then contingency funds, whether they have that or not. And the trading P&L balance sheet. In other words, the books of accounts. Then receipts and expenditure of grants and loans. Then audit of grants and loans, whether they are properly sanctioned or not. Okay, by the sanctioning authority. Thereafter, receipts of the union and state, which was there. 3 C's, na? Calculated, collected, credited. Thereafter, audit of stores and stocks and audit of a government company. All cool? Acha. If you ask me the order in which you should remember, I'll tell you the order. Wait. See, what should be the order? The order in which I taught you. That is the order which you should have. Firstly, I hope I compile and submit, and general provisions are simple. Now, expenditure is already done. So then receipts will come. But receipts have come, then stores and stocks will come. So this is basically 1, 2, 3. Correct? Once they come, the last two are basically, I hope, is related, no? This grants and loans and receipts and expenditure. Because this is of grants and loans only. And this audit of government company comes from the first question. This is the manner in which you can remember. Compile and submit, general provisions, expenditure, then receipts, receipts, then stores and stock, grants and loans, and then receipts and expenditure and government company. All cool? All cool. Thereafter, ultimately, what we have is partnership form, 8 marks. This is important. Whatever the question number, I don't know the question number, please. That you people write properly, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you are writing. Then see, letter of appointment, then the minutes book to check the policy decision, whether the business that they are engaged is authorized by the deed, and if there is any modification, whether it has been done. Books of accounts, whether they are proper or not. Interest of no partner should suffer prejudicially. Provision should be made for the firm's tax payable before arriving at the amounts which are to be divided. And lastly, whether the profits and losses have been divided in the agreed PSR. All cool? Okay, just go to the key chart. Let us just write that key first. Come here. In the question, you write down duties of CAG. CG, RRG. This is compile and submit. Then general provisions relating to audit. Then stores and stocks. Then audit of grants and loans, whether they are properly sanctioned or not. Then receipts and expenditure of grants and loans. This receipts is for CCC. And lastly, audit of a government company. So CG, SD, RRG. Yeah, if you want, you write in the same order. There's no problem. Your wish, whatever you remember. Order is irrelevant. Order is not important. Important is that all the duties have to come. Wherever order is important, that I'll tell you. Here it is not important. Come on, Yadanya. Okay. Now see, basically now, if you just have a look at this PDF now, listen. After this, there is one question which is remaining, which is 5 in 1 question. This was the 5 in 1 question. Okay. This 5 in 1 question also, you people take the screenshots, copy and keep it for the week. So next week when we meet, I'll not make you write, but I'll definitely explain the entire part. But you just have to keep on writing it. That's it. Okay. So what you do is just take the screenshot, Rebaba. First this. Yeah, makes more sense, no? You just write it and keep it. Your writing is your job. Yeah. You want me to send the PDF along? Okay. Wait. How to wow verify? 1 second. Let me just finish then. VE. This vouch and verify we have done before. Huh. In that chapter 9, no, but it is related here. That's why. Wait. Check. Came. First take the entire part, whether it is proper or not. It should be till here. Come on here, got. Coming, downloading. What all should you copy is till the end now. Copy till the end only now. See, basically we have done till what? Question 5 we have done, no? You have to copy from here till end. Wait. And when I say copy, copy, huh? Don't take a shortcut out of it and tell that I'll just take print out. From here till end, whatever it is. No problems, yeah. Come on here, I hope everybody got downloaded, no? Cool enough. Yeah. Anybody who wants to take screenshots also, it's okay. I'll give you. Take from here till the end then. Wait. I've already sent the file here. What more do you want anyways? See, one. 2, 3. राशिद मैंने सबको भेजा. It was sent to everybody, not anybody one. I know how to use PC at least. 4, 5. Yeah, yeah. Others, it's okay. Yeah. I'll see you next week. Don't worry. Next week we'll finish.